All right, members of the culture. I am Ra, and you are here. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Hope everybody's doing all right on this Saturday evening. We're winding down the end of 2025. There's a lot of content that I'm trying to push out before the year ends, and then we take a break for Christmas and whatnot. Then come January, we're back at it, baby. But until then, I want to go ahead and finish out this season. Shout out to my man Clever's Multiverse. I'm borrowing his phrase. I want to shout out the season in the right way. I definitely want to do that. And how else can I do that than to close it with a review, right? A review that I've been waiting on. I'm so excited. You guys know that my favorite character overall is Galactus, but you guys know I'm a big X-Men fan, and my number one X-Men is none other than the man they call Logan. To that end, what am I reviewing? It's a let's talk about it. Man, let's talk about this right here, Mike. You got to talk about me. Hugh Jackman. I'm the Wolverine. Yes, sir, you are. This is Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine, courtesy of the amazing people at Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles. 1/6 scale figure. And folks, I have to tell you, it's crazy. I didn't think they could do better. I didn't. I love Mahano Studios Wolverine. For those of you that don't know, he's right over here. He's right there. You know, you guys know how much I love that one because it's a Tale of Two Wolverine. So there's Logan, and then there's Wolverine. Look at Wolverine right there, man. In all his glory, he is in the battle-damaged suit, so you can't really tell on camera. It gets the details. It's very dingy and dirty. He has bullet holes and stab wounds and blood from his battle with our good friend, the Merc with the mouth, and those details are in there where you can clearly see it right there. So he has a regular vest, and then he has a battle-damaged one. You've got this set. You've got the full suit. He's also sleeveless. There's also a sleeveless look that you can wear with this battle damage suit, or you can do the sleeveless, excuse me, with the regular. However you choose to do it, you got options. And we have an amazing Hugh Jackman head, which I made sure that if you saw my video that was up on the, what I talked about, it was a short I did on Top 10 Contender of the Year, where I talked about it, where the Hugh Jackman likeness that they sculpted is just amazing. Now, in terms of comparing these two, since they're right here, I guess I'll go ahead and do it. You can kind of see them beside each other. Both 1/6 scale figures, but this Wolverine is more comic accurate because he's actually the shorter and heavier. He is a bulky boy. Trust me, you can see he does not skip leg day. Hugh Jackman doesn't either. He's kind of jacked too, but the 6'3" frame that he is in real life, or I think he's 6'2", 6'3", but you can tell, like you can see here, how much taller he is. I think if I turn him, you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about. He kind of towers over the comic Wolverine. But they did a fantastic job with the sculpt. He has He has 3 different heads that you can put on there, mouth effects. So you've got this angry looking one here. He's got kind of a calm one, and then there's a neutral one. Right, so he's kind of smiling, and then there's the neutral one. This is kind of the one I went with as my favorite. I like this look for him fully because I already have a sleeveless, jacked Logan right here. So since I have the comic Logan, I figured it would make better sense. Comic Wolverine, which is Logan, same person. I figured it would be better just to display this one in the sleeved look. And I really think he looks great. Kind of like that one is kind of what he looks like on the box right there. Comes with that cool stand. Look at that. That gloss finish is crazy. May not pick it up on camera, but it shines, man. But they did an amazing job right there. With him, your display options are endless. You've got a lot of choices that you can display him with, right? So I got to tell you that they put in the work, and it shows in this figure. It's not perfect. I want to be clear that although, he's a contender for top 10 figure of the year, I think he's going to win. Just a spoiler. But he's definitely a contender for top 10 of the year. Without question, I think he is. But it's not perfect, right? So as I'm sitting here handling them, and forgive me, I'm committing a sin. I don't have my gloves. I got to put those on. But I was moving some stuff around, so I apologize. But it's not perfect, right? It's a great figure. There's no doubt about it. One of the best they've ever done. If I had a gripe on it, to me, the only gripe, like, it articulates kind of well. I got him in some poses, and those pictures will be up on the channel, but the articulation is not perfect. This guy over here, to me, articulates better than this guy, which is crazy, right? Because he shouldn't articulate better than that guy, especially those battle scenes he was in. But that's kind of a Hot Toys thing, but they did get that one to pose, fairly well. To be honest with you, Honda Studios made it versus Hot Toys making this one. But nonetheless, like, he can move. Like, he does have the ability to turn. Like, you can see, he can still turn and in both directions and whatnot. He has a little bit of got a good, look at that. Look at that, man's arched all the way back there. It's not that he can't. Like, he can get in some good poses, but it's the legs kind of that let him down. His clothing bunches up, and that's a Hot Toys complaint. You normally hear that with Hot Toys. So it's really like, I don't want to hold that against him, because that's kind of a Hot Toys thing where the clothing can kind of tend to bunch up in places. So I get that, that's a Hot Toys thing rather than specific to this individual figure. It's not. It's kind of a thing, as you guys know, I have not just a few Hot Toys, but it's something I've noticed with some of them with their clothing. Not all, but some of them where they're wearing a uniform like this, it tends to bunch up, especially when you like move legs and such. Like the articulation to that, it goes. Like, it wants to go, but his suit does not allow it. Right? I don't know if you can kind of see that on camera, but his suit kind of, like, it's this cool material, but it just doesn't allow it. But he's got, like, look, the articulation is crazy. Like, he can do it. It's good. I won't say it's crazy. It's good articulation. On the ankles, it's kind of it tilts and moves, but it's weird. They did, like, instead of giving them standard toe articulation, like, it moves. I don't know if you can catch it on camera. Stuff I can do, turning it and all of that. It moves, right? But it's limited somewhat by the fact that he is wearing a complete head-to-toe uniform, right? So when you move him around, like, it works. It definitely works. But you'll feel that to get him in the poses like from the movie and whatnot, man, it's going to take a lot of work to do that. But he does articulate well. I mean, I'm not saying he can't articulate. He can. But I'm getting too into the figure right here. You guys can't see me, but I'm really enjoying this. But nonetheless, I'm gonna put him over here back by his comic counterpart. But all in all, he's a little bit, he articulates well, but he is kind of hampered by the clothing. So that is a little bit of an issue. But outside of that, I don't have a problem in the world with him. I love the battle damage suit. I love the fact that Hugh Jackman head, that sculpt is fantastic. It's one of the ones that has the rolling eyes where you can move him around so that you can give him even more life with his face. But all around, fantastic job. I'm gonna be honest, it's so hard for me right now. Excuse me. Right now, it's hard for me to score this because, like I said, that it is a hard thing to hold against them because, like I said, it's kind of a Hot Toys thing when it comes to their characters that are wearing full uniforms. That's hard. That's really, 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 really hard to hold against them because it's something that is not specific to this one figure, which in this case being Wolverine. I mean, we'll see when if I ever acquire Deadpool, we'll see if he has the same problem. But in any case, I feel bad. Nobody's perfect, but if I had to give it a score, I'm gonna give it the highest score I've awarded this year. Oh, you'll have to pretend there's a decimal right there. 9.9 is what this figure will score. 9.9. So not a perfect 10, because I got to take a little bit away because of that clothing. Other than that, I mean, they gave me extra hands. I mean, you got extra hands. It's you can switch the claws out. Like they did their homework. They gave me the stuff that I wanted. I can't speak for every collector, but they gave me everything that I would want with that figure. You know, as far as display options, I can put him in a bunch of different poses, different looks. Like they packed it. It's a deluxe edition in that box. That's correct. They got that right. I wish that Hono Studios had done that. I do love the figure by Hono Studios. Don't get me wrong. It was my first ever foray into premium collecting and the whole Sideshow collectibles thing. I had never done a Sideshow collectibles figure before that. So I'm grateful for it. I love this figure. It's one of my favorites in my collection. And this Wolverine is quickly shot up there, and he's one of my favorites in the collection too. Now it could be, like I said, Galactus is my number one. You guys know that. Y'all know he's back there. He's back there. He's always back there, you know, looming in the distance, the threat that he is. Fantastic Four, he ain't done with you yet. But I do enjoy that character. Wolverine is probably, if I had to be honest, he's my favorite X-Men. And X-Men was my favorite group, right? So I've always got favorites. My favorite overall character is Galactus. My favorite for villains or anti-heroes, whatever you want to call them, are Galactus, Thanos, Darkseid, Apocalypse. And then, I mean, not in that order, but you get what I'm saying. And then when it comes to my favorite group, it's without question the X-Men. And my favorite X-Men, hands down, always has been Wolverine from the time I saw him reading the comics as a kid. I love that character. But look, it's 9.9 for Wolverines. What he scores, that's the highest score we've awarded. And so that's crazy. But that's what he scores. So shout out to Sideshow. Big shout out to Hot Toys. You guys, hey, if you guys can hear me, job well done. Like they say, give them the belt, baby. I'm going to give the belt to them. So an amazing job for them. So folks, I want y'all to know that this year was great. 2025, him coming in, bringing out 2025 went out with a bang. Thanks to my man Wolverine there. I mean, he was delayed because so many people have ordered that thing. Like it's crazy, but I'm glad he arrived in 2025, so he counts. Definitely a top 10 figure. Probably one of the best I acquired this year, and I have to say, as a fan, like, thank you to Sideshow and Hot Toys for what they did. I don't know what they'll do in 2026, but I'm hoping that 2026 is just as good, if not better, than 2025 was. So big props to them. Thank you. But that's my review, folks, of the Deadpool and Wolverine Deluxe 1/6 scale figure from Sideshow Collectibles and Hot Toys. I hope you've enjoyed that review. Folks, thank y'all. Thank you, my subscribers, for making 2025 real. And thank y'all for making it great. I really appreciate you all. I cannot wait for what 2026 holds. We got a lot more videos. We got surprises around every corner. I'm looking forward to 2026 being not as good, but better than 2025. And I know that will be driven by the members of the culture. They're listening to me right now. So thank y'all. Folks, thank you so much for your time today. Please, we've got more videos coming. Even though I said we're kind of winding down, we'll probably end up next week, right? Because we're approaching Christmas. So what we'll do is next week, we'll probably be kind of heavy, loaded on some shows, because the next week, which will be Christmas, there will be some content, but obviously we're not going to have, I don't know that we're not going to catch the fade or a 5 count. I don't think any of that will come. It'll probably be a break from the 21st through the 31st. Now, you might see some content, you might not. I'm not 100% sure, but none of our usual stuff. It'll just be dropping some videos I have that I meant to drop. I'll just put them in there so that you guys won't be starved, because I appreciate you guys. I know how it is. You're sitting at home, you might be visiting somewhere you don't want to be. You're like, I need some content, man. Why ain't the Great Rob producing videos? I get it. I'm going to try not to leave you empty-handed. I'm powered by Sour Skittles, although they're not paying me. Right? So look forward to some content that 21st through 31st. But this week we're about to be in now, which will be the 14th through the 20th. This one will have a lot of content. It'll be real heavy, so be aware of it. I'm working on it, and hopefully it'll be good and you'll enjoy it. So folks, I'm going to get out of here for right now. We got Saturday night's main event that should be getting ready to pop off. Definitely want to see that. John Cena, his final match ever. So I salute you, Mr. Cena. Thank you for a great 20+ year career. Sure appreciate your hustle, loyalty, and respect. You definitely got mine, sir. So you all enjoy the rest of your night. And until we're fortunate enough to meet again, please continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, please continue to stay great. God bless. I will see you all on the next one.